We live in an era obsessed with the next AI tool. We exhaust ourselves in developing skills, hoping the newest tool will solve our most complex problems. But the half-life of that knowledge keeps shrinking because the tools keep changing. And in this endless cycle, we lose sight of what actually matters. Because when you strip away the tools, the real challenge isn't technical. It's human. It's the ability to simplify a problem. It's the drive to solve the issues that matter and to stand up and tell a clear story. A story that starts by asking why. Because AI can generate any output, but only your mindset can lead to the intended outcomes. As we fast approach the final days of the Impossible Design Challenge, the work becomes very intense. Our mentors observe the creativity that each team is bringing into their work to go beyond the MVP. But at the same time, they are also worried about timelines. Something very critical to today's highly competitive AI-enabled startup landscape.
While some level of creativity is important, it's the ability to execute that's really, really important in the early days of the startup. There are also startups that have invested a lot of money upfront and they said, we are not worried about time to market. Let's make sure that we do a really good job. And in those places, you will have the breathing space to be more creative and kind of go in. Now, as you go into larger companies, the challenge is slightly different, where you have project managers that are kind of structuring it. They have a clear-cut goal and you have a timeline that you need to deliver to. And so when they're driving it, it's much easier for the designer to work with them. AI being introduced into our workforce, teams are becoming much smaller. Responsibilities are becoming more diffuse. So for example, a designer might take on a little bit of the project management responsibility or take on some work with the engineering because you have tools that will develop the whole code for you. Because the teams are smaller, you may not have the luxury of somebody managing your time. So you still need to get to learn how to manage your time and understand when you need to be creative and when you need to be focused on delivery.
So how should one adapt to deliver high-quality output within the time constraints using AI?
If you learn a tool today, the half-life of your knowledge is no more than 6 months because there's going to be a new tool coming in next week, next month. There's going to be things that are going to come up constantly and it's going to be harder and harder for you to keep pace with all of these tools. A better approach is to really focus on the mindset. The first mindset is, okay, here's the problem. I need to understand to break it down into smaller problems. I want to make sure that I'm solving one problem at a time and making sure that the answer in each one of those steps is accurate. So that you know that all the answers are correct and you know how to stitch them together. So that's important. What are the tools? What are they good for? Each tool is different. Each tool is good for different things. How would I arrange my different tools to make sure my workflow is done as quickly as possible? You want to have that expert mindset where you have an opinion and then you're looking at the answer from the tool and then you're verifying whether it meets your standards or not. And that is what I think, regardless of whatever tool comes in tomorrow, you have this mindset, you're going to succeed.
Aiming for success also means pushing people to bring their best performance out. So our mentors lay out certain qualifying criteria for the teams.
If I had to look at it, I would look at discipline and quality of solution.
Right.
And their readiness, of course.
Yeah.
Right. So if they're ready, if they're not ready, it's a filtering
Right.
aspect for me.
Right.
Okay.
These criteria are particularly tough for teams who had a strong start initially but seem to be falling behind the other teams now for various reasons. The mentors plan an intervention for them to get them back on track.
So team one, they're a surprise for me. And they're very steady workers. They're also having fun. The challenge, of course, is they did not have the necessary artifacts ready to present in front of the client. But they were working in an interesting direction. I would have liked to see more of that.
Bhaskar's team is very interesting. They also tend to go towards analysis paralysis. They had a very nice idea about doing just one workflow but for different users, and they would highlight those differences. Today, they were halfway through. We gave them feedback that, okay, this is how you need to flush out the details. When the time came for us to decide whether they are going to be a part of the final presentations for today's check-in, they only progressed for like 10% more. Ultimately, they were not part of the final presentation that we did. I think they are struggling as a team, but they are also struggling for their mindsets that they have. They want to do a perfect and amazing work that is stopping them to do just the basic work.
Team 3 is interesting. They have one individual who wants to do it perfectly, which is the more of the creative side, and you have one individual that wants to get it done on time. And both of these energies are clashing with each other, and so they're not able to reach consensus and they're going around in circles. What we had to do with Team 3 was to counsel them that, there's a time for creativity and there's a time for execution. You're past the time for creativity, and maybe it's time for the creative energy to step down and the delivery focus to kind of step up. Achyut is, very creative. He wants all the data before he wants to work. Ishita wants to deliver it on time. And between the both of them, if they collaborate well, you will have an amazing product, but they still haven't figured out how to kind of make that chemistry work.
Finally, the mentors announce the teams, who will get the opportunity to interact with the client one last time before they have to come up with their final solutions for the problem statement. The 3 selected teams interact with the client one by one. But did they actually improve?
The first 2 meetings weren't that really great. But then when you look at it today, there was a certain level of confidence, there's a certain level of preparation. In terms of presentation, they're getting much better, they're getting confident. In terms of thinking about the problem, the first couple of days, they were really freaked out about the problem. They didn't know what they were doing. They were thinking it's all about viruses and genomics. It's not about virus and genomics. The problem is about simplifying information. That's what a designer does. And so once they were able to understand what was expected to them, you can see now they're getting much more comfortable and they're now working in a much more systematic manner.
How did the teams decide who gets to present to the client at this critical juncture?
The person that can communicate the best gets nominated. When you get into the more complicated elements, then teams generally tend to nominate people that they are comfortable will share all the technical details. So in this case, Sangeet was the one that came up with the concept. So he was nominated to do. Sanchari, I think she was a very active member, and I think the team felt comfortable with her and they said, go ahead and do it. Sujani was, I think, they were comfortable because Sujani, I think, was also a big contributor to the ideas that worked, and so they wanted her to do it.
As a tense and busy day closes, we ask Saurabh about the moment of the day.
A lot of people have gone through failures today and didn't get a chance to present. When we were doing the reflections, I observed a vibe of resilience. Like, even if we failed, we gave our 100%, we gave our best shot. So we'll keep doing that. The outcome is, it's not in our hand, but what is in our hand is what we do, the choices that we make. So I think that is my takeaway from today, that I saw that vibe. We didn't have to enforce that onto our students or, reinforce by any other intervention strategies. It was there in the reflection. So I really like that. That's how the spirit should be, so that, you can't control the outcomes. You can only control what you do. And if you do that well, you'll be happy whatever the outcome is.
The next day, our mentors decide to conduct a special session. But even this activity clearly has a goal, which Prasad lays out for everyone.
Your goal is you have 1.5 hours, out of which the last half an hour is you're going to come and present in front of everyone. The first hour, you're going to talk about most vivid memories and you will act it out. And then you will choose amongst yourself, you will nominate 2 people to come in for the finals. In the last half an hour, we will have 8 people acting it out in front of everyone. So as an individual, you're thinking of your most vivid memory and you're learning to act it out in 90 seconds or less. You'll practice it amongst yourself with your coach. You will then nominate 2 people out of every team and they will come and present to everyone.
Prasad, when you say present, what do you mean? Present the project or present the story?
You present the story, you perform it.
These sessions will be conducted by mentors who are theatre professionals. Our designers certainly seem happy with this change in proceedings. The theatre professionals are very quick to get our participants comfortable. They get people to participate in fun activities just to loosen them up and bring their guard down. Everyone gets an opportunity to share their stories in a safe, non-judgmental setting for now. Finally, they get insights on how to improve their storytelling and delivery. And before they realize, it's time for them to present. One by one, all the participants nominated by their teams tell their story. These are mostly simple slice-of-life tales of funny incidents. But this exercise ends up bringing everyone out of their shells. These designers are being groomed for leadership roles. And the most important skill for a good leader is the ability to communicate with clarity. If they want to be heard and respected as designers, they need to articulate their thoughts in a confident and engaging manner. Good design with an impactful story behind it will always find favor, because one thing every stakeholder wants to know is, what outcomes can design achieve for them? What changes will it bring? A well-constructed reasoning ensures that the stakeholders understand the problem the designers were actually trying to solve, the lenses through which they identified the problem, the choices they made to solve the problem, and finally, the metrics that revealed if the problem was solved. This sequence of information becomes the backbone of UX design communication and mirrors the flow of narrative seen in all classical stories. This session was to get people comfortable speaking to a large group of stakeholders. Prasad is quick to point out the wins for our acting coaches from this activity.
While you may feel that you spent just a little bit of time, I want you to recognize you've brought a transformational change in your students. I can tell you that I've been running this program for 9 months. Okay, Ajay was my student. He was my student for 9 months. Hasn't said a single word in class. Not a single word. It's a transformation. So thank you. I think as we think about our journey, we don't think about acting as being an important part. And when we grow in our careers, at some point, we are all individual contributors. We only care about ourselves. You do your work, you get done, that's fine. But a day will come when you'll be asked to lead a team of designers. A day will come when you'll be asked to lead a division. Touch wood, a day will come when you might be asked to lead your own company. Each of these days will require one unique skill that we are not taught in school. And that is our ability to communicate and make people buy into our dreams. And that is what this class is about. So I hope that each one of you have enjoyed this. Okay, I hope you realize how important this is for your growth. As you go through your competition, understand that the way you communicate, how you stand up in front of your clients, and your clients, by the way, you might actually have clients coming in from Brazil as well and joining in the call. Okay, so this is going to be a fairly global call. Okay, what you do in that call and how you present is going to make the difference between putting an amazing project on your portfolio or saying, I just missed it. So I wish you the best of luck and I encourage you to take best use of your coaches. Thank you.
Later on, the participants reflect happily on the closing of yet another day of proceedings. we arrive at day 7 of the Impossible Design Challenge. Our mentors engage in very active discussions with each team. Some of them seek validation of their work. Some seek clarity of thought. A few of them need a final push towards the finish line tomorrow. And then there are a few teams who have all shown sparks of brilliance at different times during the competition. One such team is Team 2.
Team 2 is very intuitive in nature. They have these moments of brilliance, but then they struggle with understanding how that idea now connects with the rest of the product to make it work. They have a really nice idea, but they need to make it work in the context of the larger product. And that's exactly what I think Dr. Mack gave feedback on as well.
I think we are in a good pace from the start. We spend a good amount of time first to researching, setting the foundation ready. If you ask me if you want to change anything, I would say no. Still, we are in a right pace and we are doing what we need to do. So I think in the connection between the bond of team, how each works, we divide the works, I think we are right there. So I think, we have no regrets as of now. Maybe tomorrow night we might have a different answer, but as of now we are right there.
We are some kind of like presentation is there, product isn't ready. Okay, what if this product isn't that product what they are expecting? So we are kind of in that mindset now.
Screens are not done and we didn't do the prototype yet. So only if we are done with it and we have to do the presentation as well. So everything is going side by side currently.
I think we discussed within our team in first day, irrespective of if win or lose, we need to stand as a team, get down as a team. Even the Sunday after everything, we should cherish the memories which we have. So which we made it very clear in the day one. Losing, winning is a game. Yes, of course, everybody here is for that. But in 8th day or 9th day, in this case, Sunday, we need to cherish whatever happened is good. We learned a lot of new things. We learned the strength and weakness of each other. So it's going to be like this. If we win, good.
Let's hear from Prasad about Team 6 next, a highly competitive team, and his thoughts on how it has been playing out so far for teams like them.
The first couple of days, our challenge is to help them understand the problem. When you come to the midpoint, the interpersonal dynamics start coming out because things are not working. Now team members are starting to panic. They don't like it. So that is where we end up becoming coaches for the interpersonal dynamic and telling people like, listen, and this is the part where people learn the most about themselves. This is where we are at the interpersonal level. The next level is all about execution. So how should you do your facilitator? I gave them a hint, gentle feedback, all the way to saying this is how it's going to be done, and then kind of keep pushing them. And then towards the later part, you will see energy started flagging. People are getting exhausted and they're like, okay, I can't do more of this. And that's when we have to turn into cheerleaders and we have to say, okay, you can do it, you can do it. Now, by the time they're done and they look back, they themselves will be amazed by the amount of work that they've done. But we can't let them stop right now, because they stop, they will never realize how good they were.
Energy is good, but the outcome is not. I mean, we are hoping it's going to be. We are on a positive path. I trust you. I trust you.
Yeah, I trust all of them.
It is stressful every day. Yeah. Each day the stress actually keeps on piling. Yeah.
I think the first few days were very stressful. We were a little lost. We were thinking where to go with this, how to approach it, and there was a little confusion on what is happening, what is we doing. I think those days were more stressful. Now that we know our path, there's still stress, a lot of stress on finishing the work. But that's a little different. At least we know what we are doing and that we need to do this, finish it by this time. There's clarity.
Actually, we got to know our own individual strengths and weaknesses when working as a team.
As a team, what we have learned together, did together, whether it was right, whether it was wrong. But we had a lot of fun. I think that I'm going to remember for the rest of my life. It was
it was stressful fun.
Yeah, it was a stressful one. It was an amazing journey.
Interacting with them face to face has been a biggest takeaway from this immersive program, and I'm looking forward to having connections with them throughout my life and learning, always keep on learning from them.
We all had a lot of great moments together. We enjoyed, we had fights, we loved each and every moment, and we are going to crack it. We are going to win. Trust me.
Another strong contender is Team 7, but they have their own challenges.
They're very motivated, so there's nothing wrong with them. Individually, when you give them a problem, they're able to look at it and solve it. I mean, that's exactly what we saw yesterday when we said, you have to do the workflow, nobody is contributing, they came up with a good answer. If you want to get promoted at your workplace, as long as you're a good individual contributor, you don't need to talk to anybody. You do your work, you go home, that's fine, nobody has any complaints. But as you move up, you become a lead, you need to manage people. You need to collaborate with other disciplines, or you become a manager, you become a director. At all those places, it's about how you influence the rest of your team. It's about your understanding of what needs to be done at what time. When should you be creative? When should you be execution focused? Those are the skills that most people struggle with, which is why they stagnate in their career. And for me, this program is all about helping groom people to move up in their career, and this is exactly the skill they need.
Me and Shravana worked together. It was fun actually.
So we did a
Apprenticeship together. So me and Sujini are colleagues in the previous company. Me and Ajay are friends. So Kritya is very new to us.
She's also like a cheerleader kind of person, sunshine filled with.
Until this program, I didn't know that I had leadership quality. So I was able to facilitate and I was happy with the role, because till now I was actually a bit hesitant that I couldn't provide much to the team. But when the facilitator role came up, I was able to take it, and we could see the progress in there. And Shramana is like motivated. Whenever I feel down or any of the team members, we are like, no, it's not working. You are good. I know you will do it. You can get it done. So she does that. And Sujini, she really, when I have doubts and she might have like severe headache, she'll be tired, she'll sit and 1,000 times I can ask her the same doubt, and with the same pace she explains it to me. And with Pranaya is the same, like she comes and whenever I'm in a critical stage, she goes in and she explains that, bro, you have to do this. It's okay, even if you don't get it, it's fine. It's still, you just have to start. So that's a kind of motivation that Pranaya does. With Ajay, he keeps me going. So that's what I have to say. It's like, he reminds me that we are working in a team. He's like, people will have different opinions. Like, you have to listen to everyone. So he keeps reminding me that. So we all work together.
Last 3-4 days, every day we are working 3 a.m., 4 a.m. and we'll woke up at 7 a.m. and by 8 we'll reach here.
Day before yesterday, there was a change in the hours. So earlier, we were not planning on a dashboard, and suddenly the client wanted only the dashboard. So all the plannings and everything got changed, and it was more than a 7-day work. It became like a 2-day work for us. So we had to really work towards it. Like, it was all fast paced in the last 2 days.
I think we got faster by day. Like, first day we were like very slow, and it kept like that pace got picked up slowly, and now I think we are doing things much faster.
We want to make our 4 AMs worthwhile. We just want to make the clients hear our product. No, we don't worry about winning or losing, but we just want to make them, look, we have a good product, we have a different approach to it. Could you just listen to it? We just want to showcase it. So if you could get a chance to it, that would be amazing.
Team 5 started really well, but the pressure is proving too much for them to handle. We find them in a reflective mood.
We are still in the dilemma. Are we going to complete, not complete?
Just like the problem statement, the viruses and their mutations, our ideas have also mutated into something else. I'm just trying to decode them and piece everything together at the last moment. That's where we standing right now.
We are here in team. We all are here with different set of age categories. We have different number of experience, different number of various domains of careers. So in past 7 to 8 days, I really enjoyed working and feel what they do in their real world, how they tackle things. Every type of working is different, but we are trying to understand how each of us work, and we are trying to collaborate.
If you're a team of people you can easily work on any of the tasks. You can brainstorm, and you can sitting alone and doing it. I know individual contributors can do that. Mostly the designer work is individual contributors. But if they team up, and and if they have different ideas, they brainstorm, and if they come from different culture, like one is purely into designing prototypes, one is like purely into research. So if you come up together, you can do those things quickly and very efficiently. That's my take.
I think I've learned from a lot of the working that the problem statement was very unknown to all of us, very scientific and technical in nature. But in today's day, we all are speaking that same language. I think it has become more of a group of not the designers, but the virologists and the scientific group of people discussing and brainstorming on something. So that has been the biggest learning, that you don't have to be specifically trained on some stream to build a design product. You just need to be a designer, and then you break down the problem in such a way that every stream becomes your stream. So I think today's time, Harshit would have done his complete research on ferrodynamics. The next masters that he could do is something in this stage.
What I've learned from this whole experience, again, like major learning is what Sarima also said, was that any task is achievable through design, and how Prasad teaches us, basically solve the problem. Once you understand the problem and you can clearly define it, you can solve it. So I could think that it's such a task or such a thing that I've not even thought about ever, like viruses and what is genomes and everything. If we could solve it, then we could practically do anything else as well.
And lastly, they reflect on what it was like working with AI in this program.
I think the course has been designed in a way that every concept that Prasad has taught us, it started with your own input. So it's always a manual, handwritten or handmade task first. And towards the end, then he will say that, boom, you could do this with AI also. So I think I could connect it to the thought that every time just relying on AI would be doubting your own cognitive capabilities. And that's why it has progressed in a way that when you first think through about yourself as a designer, you put a flavor of your design concepts to the problem, and then you use AI to just facilitate or maybe make sure that the delivery happens quickly with the help of that AI, not relying completely on AI, because there is possibility of AI to go wrong. They would not understand the nuances as humans do that. That has been a takeaway, that we've been using AI, sometimes completely relying on AI for certain things, and then that has led to a lot of errors. So there is always that eye for detail to look at the work that AI is doing.
A sentiment which is echoed by Prasad as well.
If you simply go out and say, I'm going to use the AI, you're going to put something, I'm going to get an answer, I would say 100% you're going to be replaced. There is no need for you because you bring nothing to the table. Versus if you're coming in and saying, this is my intention, this is my goal, these are the challenges, and then you have a clear opinion of what is good, what is not good, and then you work with the AI to fine tune and clear it up to the point that you are satisfied, not what the AI gives you. You need to be satisfied, and you need to be able to justify that satisfaction. Nobody can replace you.
And so all the teams will push forward one last time to prepare for their final presentations on day 8. A day which promises to be filled with nervousness, excitement, and outcomes both rewarding and bittersweet for these designers. As Prasad points out,
these 9 days, when you look at it, is a really good microcosm of personalities. And these are the same personalities we see on our work every day. And if we learn to navigate these personalities and still successfully deliver a product, you can do it in any environment.